Hey, how's it going, everyone? We are gonna get back into Classic. So, yesterday we got good old Zerator up to 7. I didn't die, which is good. I didn't make it that far on my first character, and it made me sad. So, even 7 is progress. So, good start. Good start. Yeah, let's just get back into it. How has everyone's day been? For all my no viewers. But hey, we're getting there. It's a journey. The journey is the viewers we didn't have all along. But the friendships we made, and just gotta love your friends, man. Love your friends. Just have you told your friends you loved them recently? Have you kissed your homies goodnight? You should always kiss your homies goodnight. Just give your homies a big old kiss goodnight. That's my favorite thing to do. Alright, so I guess the plan today, just see how far we can get. I mean, it shouldn't be too hard, but then again, I am not good at video games. So, and yet it's all I do, and isn't that just a little bit sad? So, I guess we'll just keep going around, head down, killing God knows. No, that's right. I'm the same level as it. For some reason, I thought that was like yellow. That was orange for a second there. I'm just like, why? Why is everything still overpowered? But no. Not only am I bad at games, I'm also blind, which apparently doesn't help. Come on, just hit the bloody thing. There we go. Come on, let's go. Rock bottom. I swear to God, I thought I had weak auras and and a nice buff reminder, but I guess I don't. Do I not? Where is it? Yeah. I mean, I am blind, so we can't trust if I'm just not seeing it, but anyway, I did have weak auras, and I did have some little shaman buff reminders, but apparently not. So I'm just going to always forget about rock biter weapon. That's going to be the most annoying thing. And if anyone screams at me for forgetting it, then welcome to the channel. Please don't go anywhere. You're my only viewer. So we're just going to keep following down the coast, then do Echo Isles, then do the Centaurs, and we should be pretty Gucci after that to really do whatever. I guess after I've done that, that'll be most of the. Then I've got Enroachment to go. But man, this game is just all grind, and that's what we love. Let's do it. Let's grind away. It's not very riveting entertainment, I'll give it that, but at least a few. But hey, what are you gonna do? Go out, talk to people and make friends? That sounds like an awful time. Who even wants that? Who needs it? If I need any help, I'll just, I don't know, buy a boost. No, I'm not gonna buy a boost. I really don't care about gear enough to spend money on boosts. It's just the amount of spam as you see. I went on like normal classic the other day, and it was a bit sad, honestly. Just seeing like 10,000 ads for just 10,000 ads a minute for doing dungeon spamming, or you know, ICC boosts or anything like that, or the heroic, whatever. I don't know what's currently live. I don't know what's currently live. I don't really care. I just jumped on. piss farted around a little bit, and yeah, it was just so many ads for boosts and runs and all that, and I just couldn't, man. I mean, I'm in the middle of nowhere now. I'm at the starting area, so I'm not gonna get spammed out here for runs, obviously. Like, if you are that bad at knowing where your demographic is hanging out, then you deserve to be broke. But yeah, it's just sad, man. Like, to see the game turn into that, and I don't think that's the game's fault. That just, I think, just comes down from monetization culture, and monetization culture coming from capitalism, and you know, the need for everyone to. It seems to be just seems to be a cultural shift. Not a cultural shift. I don't want to say a cultural shift, but there just seems to be a very present microcosm of needing to monetize every aspect and every moment of your life, and unfortunately a lot of that comes from necessity, just because of the cost of living. But even people that don't need to do that, even people that are comfortable, at least from what I talk to online and stuff like that, when they're talking to randoms, a lot of them mention that, you know, they have to have 2 jobs, they have to find some sort of passive income, they have to sell random stuff online outside of their other job, you know, all that stuff, just all these micro passive income deals, just to be able to afford the cost of living, just so they don't have to work like 7 days a week and then have literally no life. But some of them, I haven't spoken to them, but I see them out there because they comment on threads on Reddit and such, and some of them feel like if they're not making money, or if they're not working towards money at all times, they feel that they could be using their time better. And that just yeah, it bummed me out a little bit, because you want to be able to live your life, just experience life, and that comes down to free time, but also a mental state of being stuck in this prison of constantly having to make money, as if just being present at a good moment. It's like, that doesn't cost money. Sure, it doesn't make money, but hey, you're having a good time. Would you rather be poor, and would you rather be rich and sad, or broke and happy? I mean, I'm broke and sad, but that's a whole different deal. That's just me. Well, not just me, but you know what I'm talking about. They're just the mental aspect of having to earn money at all times is just, it's rough, man. It's rough. I make a pretty comfortable living, but it does take strain on the mind, especially when I'm comfortable when things are normal, but hey, if my check engine light comes on, I've got to be strategically planning what I'm doing with my money all the time. So it's rough out there, and I'm wishing everyone the best on this crazy journey that we're all on this giant spinning ball, hurtling through space at, I don't know, 30,000 miles a second or something. I don't know. I'm probably going to sound like an idiot saying that. Someone's going to be like, oh, it's actually this much, but I do not care. So, but hey, there's got to be cooler planets than this one anyway. We're kind of suffocating this one, and it's not looking good. but so far space travel is only currently being used for dick measuring contests between billionaires. So, fun. I forgot to get the gnomish tools from the... Oh, I'm so bad. I've got to swim all the way back there. See, this... I mean, I've got Guideline and I still missed it. But this is why I like to have this just sitting over here. Because I just read that. I would have gone so long without realizing that that was there. And now I can just backtrack on it. Now... Instead of having to do it at some super inconvenient time, which would just suck. But yes, the cost of living's it's screwing everyone through the wall, but it is what it is, and I guess we just got to get through it until eventually something collapses, or I don't know. I think France had a good idea a couple hundred years ago, but that's neither here or there. Whatever France wants to do with their rich and powerful, that's their prerogative. But hey, at least the French know how to riot. They push through one thing, like, forcibly, and then they just start rioting. And that is... glorious. I wish Australia had that kind of resolve. It's like, oh, you want to fuck with our retirement age? No, thank you. Here's some burning cars. Whereas Australia is just like, oh, you want to fuck with our retirement age? Yeah, do it again. Increase my retirement age again, Daddy Australia. I've been a bad wage slave. Please increase my tax while decreasing the tax of billionaires. Do it again, Daddy Australia. I mean, there are good things about this place, but goddamn, man, there's just not enough good things. If I gotta be honest, I mean, you got widespread corruption, you know, this crazy referendum, which I don't even know why it's a vote. Just it's an advisory panel. Just give the advisory panel to the First Nations. Like, how hard is that, man? Just, and then on top of all that, you've got Queensland. I think that speaks for itself. Oh, they want me to go do encroachment now. What's to do encroachment now? Man, I'm all the way down here. Alright, screw that. I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna do Echo Isles and that, and I'm gonna go back up for encroachment, because then I can just half back to Razor Hill. But yeah. So, things are tough all over. I hope everyone's doing their best. I'm loving you all. Sending all my love to everyone. Except for those who aren't affected by it. You can get fucked. But yeah. Alright. Yeah, screw it. I'm not following this guide. I'm gonna do it myself. I'm a big boy and I can make my own route. What up, Krogak? Man, I've just been swimming in the water, but I haven't seen any dead bodies yet, and that's a good sign. But then again, all I've done is swim so far, so who knows what I'm going to bump into. Before I jump over to the Isles, I do want to go sell some stuff. Snake, a snake. Badger, 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 badger. Good old classic memes for all my people out there who can now hear their knees in the morning. I thought it was my door creaking until I bent down to put some oil on the hinges. Nope. My knees just squeak now. So that's fun. So if anyone can hear their knees in the morning, I salute you a good day, and I hope you've had your multivitamin today. Now, should be a herb. Yeah, there we go. This is what I wanted before. I wanted to learn herbalism and alchemy before. But I was like, but I completely forgot that they're here because I am El Bronzo. What you want? Yes. Give me all the skills. Put that up there. Track herbs. Alright. Witch doctor in training. I like that. I told the witch doctor he had to take some tests. Alright, Echo Isles. I wonder if Pink Floyd's playing there. That was a dumb joke. But seriously, how good is Echoes, man? Especially the Live in Pompeii. Just such a good song. Especially the most cooked, just wailing wah solo interlude, random collection of noise. Pink Floyd were doing some shit, man. They were well cooked, especially early Syd Barrett era Pink Floyd. That was especially cooked. Like most of Unamaga is just absolute nonsense. Wow, damn, Jesus Christ, Tiger, just feckin' die already. Holy shit nuts. Alright, which way do I want to go? I guess I'll just go straight across there. Alright, what do we have here? What do I need? Some voodoo trolls. Hey, there's a silver leaf. We need to tail asher, egg, break a few. But Jesus Christ. Break a few eggs. Alright, man. Eggs break way too easy these days. I don't know. Fucking just take the goddamn fire. Lightning bolt to the face. Thank you very much. I don't know what's wrong with eggs these days, but I swear they're giving something to the chickens that just the eggs have no structural integrity anymore. I can barely even pick them up anymore without them already cracking in my hands. It's like, what is wrong with these bloody eggs? Like, is it just these ones? Are they doing something to them? I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I think they're doing something to the eggs. Are they trying to make them lighter so that they can save on haulage? Like, it's eggs, man. Like, I know they're meant to be weak, but you can't just make them worse. Because not only is it just like annoying that they break every time, but like they break like way too easily. So then, like when I'm cracking them, and then they just start falling apart. So I just get egg in my eggshell in whatever it is I'm making. And it's like, I know that this shouldn't be happening this much. Like, I've cracked. I don't even want to try and guess how many eggs I've cracked in my lifetime. But So there's definitely something wrong with them. There's something wrong with most food. I've worked in some factories before, so I know how some food is made. It's just, I mean, there's nothing ultimately quote unquote wrong with it. Like, it's not gonna do anything. It's not gonna cause any like actual harm. But it's just very strange to see, like, I don't know. I worked at the company that makes the bacon for Australia. Australia's Macca's bacon. And it was just minced up pork, and then they chuck a bunch of solidifiers and emulsifiers and preservatives. It's just like 10 big 20-kilo bags of random powders at the foot of the machine, each to go in each vat. And then it just all gets mixed up and extruded through a tube, and you're like, yeah, that's barely even bacon now. That's just bacon flavored like meat paste that's only 65% meat. Like, I'm sure there's a minimum of meat you gotta have in your product for it to be like, this is meat instead of this is a product that contains meat. Like, how wild does it have to be? Like, my nose is itchy. Alright. Where am I going? Generally, there's just no one around. So I'm generally where I need to be, but there's just no one around. My cat will not stop screaming at the door. Alright. Come on, where are we? Come on, Voodoo. Ah, shit. Just gonna bring that bloody... that one with it. Oh, no. You seem to have walked away at the exact right time. I really gotta save my earth shot for when these guys are healing. I'm just bad. That's my only excuse. See? Look at this. I'm already gonna die. Hey, look at that. I'm being bad. I might actually die. Yeah, there we go. See? I told you I'm bad. Alrighty, here we go again. So, what do we even want to play this time? Let's go Lucky Boy. Alright. So, Undead Fred. Although Tregg is usually my go-to for any undead doodles. Good old Tregg. Mate came up with that name once in high school, and I stole it. And he was like, "You dick," and I'm like, "It's a hilarious name." And I'm like, he's like, "Yeah, fair enough." And he barely even ended up playing for all that long anyway. So, I want to go back into this guy and release just so I can log out and then have the little. I kind of want all the little gravestones to be a little mark of shame. So, there we go. Good boy. There we go. Log back out. Yeah. All right. Let's see how long this guy gets. So, and I should have run away. That was just me being bad. I'm just bad. I thought I could take them, but what are you gonna do? So, hey, look at that. Most everything stayed the same. Usually all my add-ons freak out whenever I create a new character. Alright. Let's go. Hello, Mordo. I love this zone. I think that the undead zone, the whole Silver Pine and Tirisfal. Oh man, I love it. I froth it, I stan it, whatever the cool kids are saying these days. I know cap it, whatever. But these whole areas, I love, I love spooky I love graveyards. I love gothic architecture. I love abandoned rotting houses. I love grass. So I love spiders. So when you combine all that into undead, I just love zombies, man. Zombies are just so good. And so to have that go on, to have all of that, I just love it, man. The music, all the little ghostly sound effects. It's just like the perfect culmination of just truly putting in a vision of making something creepy. It's just such a good area. Really well designed too. But just the whole theme of it, man. That's me and my bread and butter. Anything that involves anything that involves graves, spiders, abandoned houses, zombies, skeletons. I'm all over it, man. I'm there. I'm feeling it. I'm digging it. I'm putting it down. Flipping that thing and reverse it. Put the thing down, flip it, then reverse it. So that's me, man. And mushrooms. There's mushrooms everywhere. So I have loved warlocks for not just warlocks, but undead. One of my first major characters was an undead warlock, and I instantly fell in love with this whole area, everything about it, the music, the ambiance, the sounds, the settings. Just love a good graveyard level, man, and that's why I liked Medieval for the PlayStation. That was such a good game. I don't like playing zombies though, and not playing a zombie, like Stugs. Oh, I think it was called Stugs, the game where you play a zombie. That was dope, but like that era of gaming where it was like almost mandatory for you to have a zombies mode in your game, or just have some sort of zombie in some way. The whole, COD and Black Ops 2, when those were coming out, and then there was like, DayZ was a big thing before it became standalone. It was an armor mod. And there was also, like Days Gone and like State of Decay and Left 4 Dead, and I don't know if Battlefield ever added a zombies mode. I don't know if it did or not. There was just so many of them at one time, and I can't stand it anymore. It's also why I don't like... I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I just like to be a contrarian, or my brain just gets sick of it. But when something gets way too overdone... I mean, I guess I feel like a lot of people do feel that way, because that's how it becomes overdone. But just I can never come back. Most people find forgiveness in it, and I just can't come back. That's why I have so many people tell me that Witcher 3 is one of the greatest games of all time. And I just can't. I can't fucking do it, man. I just cannot deal with that fucking game. It's just everything I don't like about a game. They're all... Okay, so the game... So the game itself and the mechanics, they're fine. There's a couple problems I don't like the looting and how the looting works with the camera, and it's weird camera, and it's janky movement. And I move one tiny area, and I move the stick just a tiny bit, and I'm just running in the next direction. I'm like, what's going on? I don't want to run. Like, calm down. Or I try to turn around. It happens at the speed of light. But that's not even the worst part. The thing that I can't stand about Witcher is that, one, almost everyone in that game looks like some random schmo. Just a random dude or a woman just going about their life. And that's great. It makes it feel believable. But then I just happen to be companions with two of the most inexplicably beautiful people in the entire realm, and I just happen to be one of the most inexplicably beautiful humans in the realm, beautiful people in the realm, but then everyone else just looks like a schmo. It's just like, okay, fine, you gotta make the character pretty wonderful to sell the copies, great, but then you start. Like, almost every single person in the game, at least from what I've experienced, because I gave up pretty early because I couldn't even deal with it. Just this shit just pervades throughout it. Most people are just like, oi, we've got to get this. It's like, well, I need help doing this, and some other person they've just got the most ridiculous accents. They just got them, and then Geralt's just like, I'm Batman. I've got to kill the griffin for no fucking reason. Lilacs and gooseberries. Like, I'm sorry. If I wanted to hear Gravelly McGargle voice, then I'd go and I'd go and watch Batman. Okay? I was playing video games during an era where it almost seemed mandatory for your main character to have an annoyingly, obnoxiously gravelly voice. Like, it just almost seemed mandatory. It annoys the shit out of me. Like COD and Gears and Battlefield and then Witcher, and there's a million other games that I'm forgetting the name of, but I can just hear their voices.
Hello.
And man, Gruff McGravel voice is just an instant turn off for any game. I just can't do it. Like, if I have to hear it the entire time, get fucked.
Better be good.
But yeah, my companions all had, like, and I just couldn't deal. Just didn't care. Just don't care for Witcher 3. Or any Witcher, to be completely honest. But that's just me. The same thing for Red Dead. I don't care for Red Dead 2. I tried it. It's just so slow. It just doesn't feel... Wait, hold on. It just doesn't feel fun. It just doesn't. Like, I'm gonna get super nitpicky, but, you know, these nitpicky things are what makes a game not feel fun. Because, sure, they may be nitpicky, but they pervade throughout the entire game. Like,
embrace the shadow.
So, not being able to run in camp is one thing I don't like. Sure, it's tiny, but dude, I spend so much time going from camp to camp, going into my camp, that I want to be able to run. I just need to be able to get from point A to point fucking B at my own pace. And then every animation is just so drawn out. Like, I do not need an animation for every flower that I pick. Alright? If you want to give me an animation for skinning, that's great, but make it fucking quick. Yours take forever. He's just like, I kill the animal, and then I go up to it, and then I gotta fucking cut it, and then he peels it away, and then he rolls it up, and he puts it in his bag. Like, oh, it's so immersive, it's so realistic. No, it's fucking boring. It's just boring. I do not care about watching my video game character put a skin in his satchel. I know where it went, okay? I don't need to see it. And give me... if you want to give me a long animation because you worked really hard on it, okay. When I kill a bear, if I only need to kill something a couple times in the game, that's great. But when so many recipes require, like, oh, you need a rabbit pelt, or you need this pelt, or you need a perfect pelt, so I gotta kill a bunch of things until I get a perfect pelt, and you give me a frickin' skinning animation for every single one, you can get fucked. You can get absolutely fucked. That's not happening. So, and then my other problems, it's like everyone's like, oh, it's so open world, you can do anything, you can go anywhere, and yet I'll just walk up to someone, they'll start a conversation, and then suddenly I'm on a mission, and I'm just like, okay, and then it's just like, oh, we're gonna meet this person over here. And it's like, okay, cool, I'll meet them there, and I'll meet them at my own pace, I'm gonna go do this thing. It's like, oh, you walked off the path, you abandoned the quest. I'm like, no, I went and explored this thing because it doesn't fucking matter when I get there. Like, and it's just the boasted open world, and then just feels like I spent so much time just following a yellow line. Like I couldn't, and even if I was on a time limit, I knew I was on the mission. I started the mission myself. Like it's like, oh, we gotta get there. And then I try to get there. I'm like, oh, that looks like a shortcut. I'll try and see. It's like, oh no, you wandered off the path. I'm like, I'm exploring to see if there's a different, more fun way to do this. Like, I'm not trying to speed run it. I don't have to follow the exact path. So it just didn't feel very open sometimes, as open as people said it was. And you know, there's more other nitpicky things, but when you're experiencing so much of that throughout the entire game, if I said it's just like, oh, I don't like it because of this one level, it's like, okay, that one level sucks. Just trudge through that level. I hate library. Library on Halo it sucks. Absolutely sucks. Worst fucking level of almost any video game. It's just endless, the exact same endless corridor over and over. I really contemplated giving up as soon as I hit library, because I knew it was just going to be a trudge through endless hallways of flood. So yeah, why is my nose so itchy today? Picked up my cat before, and now my face is covered in tiny hairs, and it's driving me insane. So yeah, the games like Red Dead and Witcher, I just can't do. Witcher, I really liked how it controlled. I didn't like the settings, and I didn't like Geralt, and I didn't care for either Yennefer or Gwen. Whatever the hell the other chick's name is. I just didn't care for them. I didn't find them interesting. I did not care. Like, I looked around at this world of people, and then I'm listening to a bunch of supermodels talk, and I'm like, how are you intriguing in any way, shape, or form? Now, why did that one count towards a quest and these ones didn't? Why? Oh. Okay, I don't think I'm on this one yet. No, I'm not even on this quest yet. Just need the wolves and the bats. I'm already too early killing the spiders. So, yeah, but those problems just persist throughout the entire game. They're not just one level or one area or anything like that. So, Halo it does so many good things. I can't think of many bad things it does to annoy me, except the driving AI. Holy crap, the driving AI for the NPCs. You give me a vehicle with a freaking giant minigun on the back, and then you give me AI so incompetent that there's literally no choice but for me to drive. Oh boy, that's tricky pickle you're trying to convince me with there. So, but that's about the only thing I can think of. So, library sucks ass. I think we can all agree. Anyone who likes library is a freak. But the actual mechanics that pervade throughout the entire game are so good that I can just trudge through it. I can just get through it. I don't like the entire game before that slaps, and then like Two Betrayals. Two Betrayals is alright. But then the Pillar of Autumn thing where you gotta do the big gauntlet. Oh man, that and the gauntlet of Halo 3. Too good, man. I recently played CE and 3 recently, so. But what I will do is stream Halo 2, so that will be pretty dope. I might do that some day soon. But yeah, the other things just pervade, and I don't like that. And sure, they're nitpicky things, and people will say, "Oh, well, that's just a stupid reason for not liking it." But, mate, there are a million billion video games out there that I can occupy my time with, and I just don't have any plans to ever play Red Dead 2 or Witcher 3 again. I've given them solid goes, like good. I played Red Dead for like a good 5-6 hours. Getting off the mountain took that long. I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot about the tutorial for Red Dead. The absolute slowest, most unengaging tutorial I've ever had the displeasure of trudging through. Holy shit. Just forcing you to move that slowly through the snow. Just to, like, you're trying to learn the game. They want to get you engaged, and then you're just slowly trudging through the snow. I'm like, this isn't engaging. This is boring. Like, if you want a focus on, if you want there to be a focus on the characters and introducing the characters and what they're saying, if you want that focus to be there, then make it a cinematic. Hannah Hatha, hello. It's my second, but basically, yeah. I'm just chatting to myself. For the most part. But yeah, awesome to have you. How are you going? I was just on a semi-unconscious rant about Red Dead and Witcher and how I can't stand them despite everyone absolutely frothing over them anytime you mention them. And I just can't do it. But there's so many other games that I'm just gonna play them, and I'm not gonna give two rats, really. At the end of the day, I know going on a big 10-minute rant doesn't really scream I don't care, but I'll play good games like the Arkham series. I say the Arkham series, Arkham Asylum. Arkham Asylum was good. The Lord of the Rings series for PS2. Haha. Man, that needs a remaster and a half. To get a remaster for the Lord of the Rings games, I could honestly die happy. I'd play them and then die, so I could die happy and then not have to experience the real world after experiencing the remaster of those masterpieces. Where am I going? Need more bats. Alright, no, wait, what do I need? Do I even need the bats? No. I just need the skeletons. Bloody skeletons. What are you doing here? Why is there just a random level 14 troll hanging out? Is this the only place they feel safe? I mean, that makes sense. I did just die at level 7. So... of course it is. Warlock's worst curse is low mana. And in D&D too. Like, 2 spell slots, like, no matter what. Like, come on, man. I know Eldritch Blast gets stupid, but... Especially, I never made Eldritch Blast get that stupid, like, in-game, but well, actually playing, but playing Baldur's Gate, and Will turned into an absolute... Well, he literally... No, that's spoilers. He turned into an absolute monster. He just... With the 3 Eldritch Blasts and the knockback and the extra damage... Whew, boy. I just wanted a party of Wills. I mean, I do want a party at Wills, but... That's for other reasons. But yeah, Baldur's Gate, that was... Okay, I gotta be honest. I hated Baldur's Gate when I started playing it. Turn-based combat isn't really hugely for me. There are very, very few and far between instances of me liking games that have turn-based combat. I just don't find it an engaging combat system. But Baldur's Gate definitely changed my mind. And I think outside the game also carried a lot of the weight. I didn't feel like combat was the only thing I was doing. If I didn't want to deal with combat, depending on the conversation, I could just save scum until I got a successful roll on telling someone to piss off or kill themselves or whatever it was I needed to get done. So, and that made it very entertaining. I also didn't want to waste my money, so I kind of forced myself to play it and forced myself to like it for a little bit. But then I genuinely ended up thinking it was one of the best games of the year and one of the best games I've played. It was... really? I can't even count to 12. It was just such an engaging game. I don't know where 100 hours went, but they did. And there's not many other games that I can pour 100 hours into without getting bored. I get bored of games pretty quickly, pretty easily. I don't actually end up finishing a lot of games because by the time I get like 80 to 90% of the way through, there seems to be a drop-off. I don't know why. I haven't figured out exactly why yet. It might just be that the game goes on a little bit too long without them introducing something new or engaging, or not even introducing something new, but using what they've introduced to a really rigorous standard compared to how long I've been playing. Or it may just get stupidly ridiculous and monotonous just because they... You know, a lot of games, if you want to make it more difficult, they just increase damage and health pools. Everything just becomes a super dangerous bullet sponge. And that's not difficulty, that's just annoyance. Like, if you want to make it actually difficult, then you gotta... I think you should, develop a way for your characters to act in a more efficient manner. Like, their attack cycles get, more intricate, or things like that. But just making something have more health, I mean, it's not fun. You're just doing the same thing, but for longer. And no one wants that. That's like making you walk through camp. That's just no fun at all. Alright, what am I doing? Can I, yeah, there we are. Corruption. I don't care about Curse of Weakness. Curse of Weakness. As soon as you get Curse of Agony and Doom, everything else is just useless. I'm sure there's raid implications for those, but I don't give two shits about raiding, so fights go for too long for me to pay attention because I am ADHD as hell. Ooh. Why, thank you, Yarn Priest. Okay. Now what am I doing? Scavenge goods. And now can I do the spiders? Yay, now for spider time. I hate going into caves in this game. Half the reason I don't play Alliance is because I am afraid of going into Amber Old Mine. Or any of the mines around Kazmadan and wetlands. Yeah, those are all terrifying locations. I would just rather run around the Barrens. Silver Pine's no better with Son of Aragorn just skulking around. Like, really? Like, could you imagine some fresh, pimply-faced kid? You boot up WoW for the first time. You make an undead. You play it like, yeah, this is great. You get to Silver Pine, and then there's just you just see some guy walking towards it, and he's just like, what the fuck is that? And then bam, one hit. You're just like, what just happened? Like, excuse me? And then you go to the Barrens, and then you make another, and then later on you end up making another character later on, and then you go to the Barrens, and they don't have an elite, just faffing about, just one-shotting people, and you're like, this is a rip. What did the undead ever do? What else do I need? Samuel's remains. Yeah, I got him. Use bury at Marla's grave. Ah, that's right. Okay. So, I have completely forgotten what I was talking about. Yeah, the Baron. You go to the Barrens, and they just don't have that bullshit to worry about. And plus, the Barrens is like better designed because you're not running up and down in a straight line. Almost any time you got to get anywhere in Silverpine, you're backtracking. But yeah, when you're in the Barrens, you can just be like, I'm gonna go here, and then here, and then here. But Silverpine is just up and down the whole time. I love the zone thematically, but as a design choice, verticality, not fun. That's why I always, if I've got a level in Legion, I always try to avoid. Was it Legion? I think it was Legion. I always try to avoid High Mountain, just because of the verticality of it all. Can't stand it. Don't really like it. I mean, now that I got flying, it doesn't really matter. But I really didn't like High Mountain when it was new. Just because getting around was annoying. I'd like to just run in a straight line. And just, like, I'm the kind of guy that'll just brute force my way over High Hrothgar. Just so I don't have to go around. So sometimes I won't even bother taking a horse. I'll just make my journey 4 times longer by trying to manually jump up the bloody hill. And I don't know, I barely ever rely on horses in whenever I play Skyrim, to be honest. I just don't use them. I've never gotten Shadowmare. I don't care about the Thieves Guild. I spoke yesterday about how I just do not care about rogues. I think the last class I'd ever play in hardcore would have to be a rogue. So, not happening. Alright, before I bury those remains, I want to go get these spiders. Yeah, I've done that one. So, yes. Now I can kill the spiders, so I'm not wasting my time actually killing them this time. Alright, let's go. No, right, I want to open with Immolate. Why am I bronze? Really? Good old last tick. Alright. So, finally, a cave. This is this could end badly. I guarantee I'll find at least one corpse in that cave. If I don't, I will be shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Well, not that shocked. Can I just quickly KB? Nope, KB. Alright. Oh, that's right. I don't have Elf UI. I don't know why. Don't know why I don't have Elf UI. Alright. Let's go into... Really? First thing I come across in a cave is literally two mobs on top of each other. This game's just trying to laugh at me. Come on, attack. Don't resist my minions' fireballs. Thank you very much, Mr. Spidery Doo. Come on. Just die already. Alright. Come on, get your health back, man. Get your mana. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Yeah, so this is gonna end terribly. I guarantee I will die. And if anyone's dying, it's me, not my character. He doesn't have to pay rent and bills, so he doesn't get to be sad enough to die. Alright. Do I need to actually get something inside? No. Okay, so I don't need anything inside the actual cave, so I could just sit outside the entrance and just wait for things to respawn. That is a perfectly viable strategy. So, I was talking before about turn-based combat and how there were very few and far examples of what I found to be engaging combat. I think it never turns out to be, I mean, for Baldur's Gate, it turned out to be the combat was just engaging enough for me to like it. But then, with other games, it's barely even about the... So, one of the other games that I really, really like, despite the combat, is Earthbound. Just because the writing in Earthbound is just so good. It's so imaginative. It's so funny. Just the most random stuff. Like, I get into a fight with a tree and its attack is it waves some brushes at you. It pathetically waves its brushes at me or something like that. And I just thought that was the best. It just made me feel that this team just really, really cared about this project. And to think that they would have just had a room of people, you know, just brainstorming. It's like, all right, how do these people attack? Like, they're not just going to attack. They're not just going to hit you with a stick. They're going to, you know, the ghost is going to apparate slightly scaredly or something like that. It's just so good. And the writing outside the game, writing outside the combat is just as on par, just so good. And Civilization, surprisingly, is another turn-based game that I really like. But I think where I excuse Civilization is the reason one of the main reasons I don't like turn-based combat is just because the reason I don't find it engaging is because I don't find it realistic. I don't like that that I may try to heal, and then if it doesn't heal me for enough, I'm just gonna die next turn. Like there's no, I can see the inevitability. The fact that I can see that I'm going to die, but I have to wait here and wait for it to come, that's just annoying and agonizing. And so if my heal doesn't heal me enough, I would like to be able to dodge the attack. I don't like that there's that much RNG put on it. And also, so Final Fantasy, I just can't stand. Final Fantasy VII Remake, that was dope. They moved the combat to like a real-time combat. I don't find it very engaging that these people would just be waiting their turn to fight. So that's why I just don't prefer turn-based combat. But Civilization makes sense because you're a country. Obviously, you're not going to be making split-second decisions. As a nation, you're going to develop technologies over time to outmaneuver your opponents politically and socially and geopolitically and such like that. So that's where Civilization gets a pass for me as well for turn-based combat. I don't usually find it entertaining because of the thematic and the contextual premise of it. We're going to, like a gentleman, wait our turn for combat. If anyone comes and swings at us, we're not going to dodge, we're just going to take it. You're going to take that sword to the face like a man, and then you'll win a celebratory bout of war. Off to the front lines for you. So, in today's news, war, more war. News at 6. And we are the news. I said news at 6. So, those are the problems that I have with turn-based combat for the most part. I just don't like it. I wish I had a more elaborate answer for you, but I just don't like it. So games that test reflexes and real-time combat and rhythm games, and those I think slap. They're just wonderful pieces of art. All right, where are we going? Do. I've never noticed that guy over there. Out of all this time, I've never noticed that guy. Wild. Maggot. Ah, that's right. I was like, what in this area that I forgot they were talking about over there? Da-da-da-da. Oh, of course it is. Alright, hold on. Give me a second.
I have exactly what you need.
Yeah, you do, boy.
Watch your
Unless it's fallen off from the decay, then you don't have what I need.
What now? Watch your back.
Also, the way the undead talk are just so dope as well. Like, glory to the Forsaken. Now, who doesn't love that? Much better than keep your feet on the ground.
Be Be quick about your business.
Yes. Oh, blood pact. Thank you. Oh, I didn't want to do. Oh well, whatever.
Beware.
I thought I had a little bit more money than that. That's alright. Don't even need the curse of weakness anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. Give me the blood pact. Give me the blood pact, baby. Pack my blood inside of a box and then ship it to Nicaragua. Thank you. Alright, let's go. Then we'll hit 5 and then I guess we'll head out. I think that's the last thing you gotta do for this area. Yeah. Oh no, that's right. I gotta deal. That's right. I gotta kill those Scarlet lads. The Scarlet Crusade. But they're just little bitches, so we're gonna go fuck them up. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, that's right. Scarlet armbands. Ew. A therapist. Who feckin' needs them? Oh, don't start with Shadow Bolt, you dingus. Too used to the muscle memory of my shaman where I start with a lightning bolt. Alright. Stop it! Alright. Just die already. You're back already? Hot damn, that was quick, man. Give me some time. Give me a little bit before round 2, man. Alright. Where are we going? I kind of want to... There we go. Stop it. Stop starting with Shadow Bolt, you dingus. There we go. Okay. Much better. Actually dropping some stuff. Alright. Scarlet armbands. For if you really hate zombies, join the Scarlet Crusade. We have funny hats and Sally Whiteman. Everyone here sims for Sally Whiteman. I mean, having to hang out in Scarlet Monastery all day, that can't be fun. There's got to be a reason they're hanging out, and they're just a bunch of simps. You know, Tyler, Scarlet Crusade. It's just a bunch of simps. You got a problem with the fucking undead? And it was like, oh, we use the light to get rid of the undead. It's like, yeah, well, undead priests use the light, so how's that? How's that for a fucking win? But anyone can use the light, as long as you... I mean, shit, you can use the light to commit genocide as long as you think you're doing the right thing. It's kind of how the light works. The light just gives its power to people who really believe in their cause. And whether that's saving the universe or killing everyone, as long as you believe in it, you can use the light. Because the light's a bit of a dick. The light is a centrist. Fucking centrists. Just pick a side. And they'll be like, oh, I'm complicated and don't like to pick sides. Like, fucking shut up. And then you got fucking... And then who else you got? What other stupid clans you got? The Silver Hand? I don't know what the Silver Hand do. They're just a bunch of... I swear, the Silver Hand... If the Silver Hand were going to be anything, the Silver Hand were going to be Crypto Bros. Like, oh man, look, we got an NFT that's our god's hand that got chopped off by some guy. It's like, what? And then they just screenshot it and put it on their shields. And then they're just like, no, you can't screenshot my NFT, bro. Put it on a shield. Can't do that. That's offensive to my religion of Tyr. Good old Tyr. I mean, he did so. Who did Tyr get? Who did Tyr get killed by again? I always forget who Tyr got killed by again. Got fucked up by someone. He died fighting against Loken's minion. He didn't even get killed by someone cool. He got killed by minions of Loken. I mean, he did help to defeat Galacron, but so how does if you help to defeat Galacron, how on earth do you die to a bunch of minions? Like, how much do you have to suck? Like, come on, man. You're named after like a literal actual god. Like, you're not even hiding it because they got like Thorin and Loken and Odin. I'm pretty sure has a Y. But Tyr's just Tyr. Tyr's just a dude. Well, not just a dude. He's a god. But you know, it's not like they're trying to disguise the name and be like, oh, is it Tyr? Is it not? Is it Loki? Is it not? Is it Thor? Is it not? Like, obviously. But I guess, when did all that come out? Lich King. So maybe they couldn't just use Marvel. Maybe they just couldn't use Loki and Thor because they'd become Marvel IPs by that point or something. Who knows? By the way, could you imagine doing that to other, like Thor and Loki? Thor and Loki being in Marvel. Could you imagine getting away with putting other gods in there? Could you imagine, like, instead of Thor and Loki, it's like Muhammad and Ganesha? Like, oh boy, you're gonna piss off someone. Like, or, you know, Jesus. You just see Jesus with the Avengers. It's Iron Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Hulk, and Jesus. I mean, I'd watch the fuck out. I would 100% watch the shit out of that. But I 1000% would watch the absolute shit out of the Avengers with Jesus. Holy nuts, do I want that so badly. I'd even deal with just a t-shirt of just the Avengers, but everything's the same except Thor is now Jesus. Just please get on it now. I want a Zack Snyder cut of it too. I don't want no fucking stupid Joss Whedon cut. Is he who did Avengers? I don't even freaking know who directed Avengers, so, or produced it, whatever. Whoever the hell makes the actual fucking thing, I don't know the difference. What do I look like? Someone who's not an idiot? Alright. So I need to get the plans from that guy, but he just respawns like super quick. Yes, land shall be cleansed, yada yada yada. That's what they tried saying back in the 40s, and it didn't fucking work well, did it? I mean, there was no way that was working well. Worked out as best as it could. We won, but... Alright, where... I need some water. Oh, shit. Just attack. I really need to find a way to get that guy. Just auto fucking shit up as soon as I start attacking it, preferably. Oh, I thought they were in his tent. I was worried I'd have to like get in and get out before he respawns. That's easy. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. It doesn't even want me to do this quest. Oh well, I'm doing it anyway. Gets me some extra XP. So that's fine by me. And then we finally get to leave Death Knell. Yay! Yay! So we're gonna sing some songs for the kiddies. Yay!
Speak quickly.
Here's an oldie but a goodie.
Beware. Our enemy is abound.
Yes, I'm sure the enemy is abound. Alright. Let's go.
What
Can I sell my stuff to you? Yes I can. You can have that, and you can have give me that. And then you can have that.
beware?
Alright, let's go. It's time to start the slow run to Brill. Well, I've got to do the Fields of Grief first, but then the slow run to Brill. Alright, where are we going? On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Alright. Now this is obviously going to be very entertaining and riveting to watch. You know what I've been noticing lately? I feel like there's a new... I feel myself getting older as I listen to more and more of the radio at work. I've been putting the radio on at work more and more. It just gives a wider variety of music, so I don't have to worry about making sure shit that people aren't gonna like listening to doesn't show up when I'm playing music. And you know, I listen to a lot of older music. My music library honestly has trouble getting past 1984. But whenever I listen to... I realize more and more that most music... most famous songs that I know honestly just end up being covers of songs from the 60s. And... like, I put on the 60s, specifically the 60s station, and it's just the original versions of songs I've heard a million times before, and I'm like, man, we just don't create original things, do we? And then now I feel like there's a new era because the music that I grew up with in like the 90s and the early 2000s, now that's becoming the music to cover, and almost every song now just seems to be a cover or a sample or a remix of songs I already grew up with on the radio. And you'd think because I grew up with them, I liked them, but no. A lot of music that I grew up with just sucks. Just so many shit bands that were played on the radio when I was growing up. Like, man, who was famous when I was a kid? Bands like Nickelback sucked. The Foo Fighters sucked. Who else? 3 Days Grace. They got played a lot. That sucked. Coldplay, Silverchair. They sucked. Powderfinger got played a lot, but they're alright. Little Limp Bizkit, that fucking stupid Butterfly song by that Crazy Town band. Just a lot of trash. Just a lot of trash. I mostly just listen to a bunch of 70s prog rock, so if that's enough of an answer to give you a look into my psyche, then yeah. Lemonade has reached level 60. Congratulations, Lemonade. Alright. Time to collect pumpkins. So yeah, as soon as I realized, because I was listening to shit. I put on a station of some newer songs, and I just kept hearing, not even covers, just shit. I gotta run. It wasn't even covers. It was just taking samples and then changing the lyrics, like, for the most part. And there's nothing inherently wrong with taking samples. Taking samples and working with it as inspiration is the basis of music. Like, taking what you've heard and using that as an influence for your own music, that's just how it works. That's just how things work. But instead of taking that sample and using it to inspire something new and your own and unique, they just take the sample, change a couple lyrics. They don't change the vocal melody. They don't try to add any kind of fun little contrast. They don't do anything except change the lyrics. And then it's just usually the most inane, vapid, plastic lyrics you've ever fucking heard. Like, it's always, oh yeah, I'm gonna have such a good time, we're having a good time. Like, I find that theme in a lot of Australian hip hop as well. I like, there's a good amount of hip hop that I like in the world. I really like Hobson's Ill Mind series, don't mind some NF. Old school, some kind of like old school hip hop, like what's his name? Scott Gill, The Revolution Will Not Be Televised. It's a fucking dope song. I like things with a lot of speed and a lot of flow. So, you know, Hobson and Busta Rhymes, and, you know, I'm a white guy who likes some R&B, so obviously I feel like I'm obliged to mention Eminem. And you know, that's so, you know, those, and rap and R&B, that's built off samples. Like some of the earliest and best rap, like most prominently like NWA and the Sugar Hill Gang, obviously on very different ends of the spectrum. Some are, you know, like, they're obviously very different ends of the spectrum, since the Sugar Hill Gang is not talking about, you know, killing people and doing armed robberies and packing heat and fuck the police, all that shit. Obviously the Sugar Hill Gang is not that kind of caliber, but they are both rapping and using samples as part of the music. That's why I'm trying to collate the two. And they just happen to be the only two old rap groups that I can think of. But yeah, samples were absolutely essential for it. They took samples of 70s like disco hits and 70s rhythm and blues hits, and then they worked that in and created some awesome stuff. And so there's nothing wrong with taking samples, just as long as you then make it your own. Like, do something with it. Work it into something really cool. Like, what's it? Man, what's that song? It's like a Dr. Dre song. I can't remember. It took a 1960s sample by the guy who played Ducky in NCIS. what was his name? David McCallum. He came out with an album in 1962, and it had the classic sample on there. To the track, the next episode. Is that what the track's called? I shouldn't be doing this while I'm on hardcore because I'm probably going to die while I'm typing random shit. You know, he could have just the next episode. He could have just taken that sample and then just changed the lyrics for whatever the other guy sang originally over it. He could have just done that, but that wouldn't have been fun. It wouldn't have been imaginative. It wouldn't have been engaging. So they took the sample and then they made it their own. They added some extra things. They changed it around. Then they didn't just change the lyrics. They added a whole new collection, a whole new rhythm, a whole new melody to the words. And so sampling music, there's nothing inherently wrong with it. It's a good thing and can be done well. It can also be done, it can and usually is done very lazily. And in a way that I do not find engaging. But what can I say? I'm just a pretentious prog snob and metalhead. So I feel like even if people did sample music today all that well, I probably wouldn't even notice because I wouldn't be listening to that stuff. I don't even listen to. I don't listen to the popular radio very often. It's once in a blue moon that I chuck the popular radio on. Usually stick to either the classic rock or what's called tradie radio. So just radio you usually you hear on a work site. So ranging from anything to AC/DC and Foo Fighters and Imagine Dragons. Imagine Dragons. You know, all that happy, wonderful, consumer-friendly rock. And man, it drives me up the wall after hearing it all day. There's only so many times I can hear a 4/4 beat. I can't listen to 4/4 for 8 hours a day. It's just not possible. Like, give me a 7/8 or a 3/4 any fucking day of the week. Hell, I'll even take 4/4 as long as you break it up into tuplets and make it a 12/8. Like, that's perfectly acceptable. Where are we? There we are.
Goodbye.
Alright, make that my home. Go and talk to upstairs lady. Oh, that's right, the warlock trainer is upstairs. Because I'm level 6 now. Here you are.
That better be good.
And life tap.
Lady, watch over you.
That converts health into mana, doesn't it? Yes. So put it there. New Shadow Bolt. Oh, they are downstairs. I thought there was a person up here that gives a quest. There is not. What are you, journeyman in? Enchanter. No. Because enchantment, I need like greens and stuff to disenchant and get mats, so I don't like that. First aid, I'm definitely going to learn you.
Speak quickly.
Oh, you know, I also realised I'm undead, so I should have cannibalize. So I'm just gonna chuck that there. I always love the music in this zone. This is the most cooked music. Just weird like chimes and then a random trill from what sounds like a flute or something. But yeah, I love this. I love Brill. I love this whole area. I love Silverpine. I love all that nonsense. The theme, not the layout so much. The layout could do with some work, but it is a very old game. But that's only because I don't like the verticality of Silverpine Forest. That's my only complaint. But that's just me. Where's this Fields of Grief quest? Do you have a second quest? No? Are they this person? What are they? Ah, it's the sign. That's right. Dadoy. Alright, well, I think that I will hand in this quest, go back to the inn, and I might call it there for the day. So, where are we? Ooh, what do we got here? Hold on, what's around here? Where?
They'll all be mine.
Oh. I thought there was a herb there. Am I even tracking herbs anymore? Oh, wait, no. That was the wrong guy. I don't have herbs. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm gonna tackle all that nonsense tomorrow. Alright, as I go back, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Thank you if you followed. Thank you if you subscribed and liked. I love you all. And I all hope you have a genuinely fun time until the next time we meet again. Bye.